Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I am Deepika Mehto, coming up in the next 1 hour. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi shares his thoughts on 108th episode of Man Ki Baat, talks about Viksit Bharat, mental health and self-reliance. Russia says 20 dead after Ukrainian strikes on the Russian provincial capital of Belgorod. Russia vows response. United Nations Security Council addresses civilian toll from Ukrainian and Russian strikes. World all set to bid adieu to 2023. Celebrations continue across the world to welcome the year 2024. In sports, Indian Grandmaster D Gukesh secures spot in prestigious candidates tournament, joins Vidit Gujarati and R. Pragnananda among 3 Indians to make it to the 8-man tournament. At the concluding day of year 2023, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared his thoughts with the citizens of India and abroad in 108th episode of Man Ki Baat.
It's the last episode of Man Ki Baat in the year 2023. Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared his thoughts with the countrymen, saying it's just like meeting our family members. Speaking about the significance of number 108, he said in Indian society, importance and sanctity of 108 is a matter of in-depth study.
मन की बात यानी आपके साथ मिलने का एक शुभ अवसर और अपने परिवारजनों के साथ जब मिलते हैं तो कितना सुखद होता है, कितना संतोषदायी होता है। मन की बात के द्वारा आपसे मिलकर मैं यही अनुभूति करता हूँ और आज तो हमारी साझा यात्रा का ये 108वां एपिसोड है। हमारे यहाँ 108 अंक का महत्व, उसकी पवित्रता एक गहन अध्ययन का विषय है। माला में 108 मन के, 108 बार जप, 108 दिव्य क्षेत्र, मंदिरों में 108 सीढ़ियाँ, 108 घंटियाँ, 108 का ये अंक असीम आस्था से जुड़ा हुआ है। इसलिए मन की बात का 108वां एपिसोड मेरे लिए और ख़ास हो गया है। और ये कितना सुखद संयोग है कि कल का सूर्योदय 2024 का प्रथम सूर्योदय होगा। हम वर्ष 2024 में प्रवेश कर चुके होंगे। आप सभी को 2024 की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
The Prime Minister also thanked 1.4 billion Indians for showing strength and dedication to achieve milestones. He also said that today, India is filled with self-confidence and self-reliance.
इसी साल नारी शक्ति वंदन अधिनियम पास हुआ, जिसकी प्रतीक्षा बरसों से थी। बहुत सारे लोगों ने पत्र लिखकर भारत के 5वीं सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था बनने पर खुशी जाहिर की। अनेक लोगों ने मुझे G20 समिट की सफलता याद दिलाई। 2024 में भी हमें इसी भावना और मोमेंटम को बनाए रखना है। दिवाली पर रिकॉर्ड कारोबार ने ये साबित किया कि हर भारतीय वोकल फॉर लोकल के मंत्र को महत्व दे रहा है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also recalled the success of Chandrayaan 3 and said that India is proud of their scientists and especially the women power behind its historic landing. As India conquers the moon, the Prime Minister also mentioned India's triumph over the world of cinema.
जब नाटू को ऑस्कर मिला तो पूरा देश खुशी से झूम उठा। द एलिफेंट विस्परर्स को सम्मान की बात जब सुनी तो कौन खुश नहीं हुआ। इनके माध्यम से दुनिया ने भारत की क्रिएटिविटी को देखा और पर्यावरण के साथ हमारे जुड़ाव को समझा।
The Prime Minister reiterated that if India tries to achieve something with firm determination, then no one can stop it from being the lead. Bureau Report, DD India.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also spoke on the power of unity and India's achievement in innovation. While explaining the importance of innovation, he called upon the countrymen to adopt the resolve to move forward with new energy.
During the Man Ki Baat 108th episode, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India witnessed the success of government campaigns like Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and Meri Mati Mera Desh.
जब भी हमने मिलकर प्रयास किया, हमारे देश की विकास यात्रा पर बहुत सकारात्मक प्रभाव हुआ। हमने आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव और मेरी माटी मेरा देश ऐसे सफल अभियान का अनुभव किया। इसमें करोड़ों लोगों की भागीदारी के हम सब साक्षी हैं। 70,000 अमृत सरोवरों का निर्माण भी हमारी सामूहिक उपलब्धि है।
Further, PM Modi spoke on how India is becoming an innovative hub gradually and the country is not going to stop.
भारत का इनोवेशन हब बनना इस बात का प्रतीक है कि हम रुकने वाले नहीं हैं। 2015 में हम ग्लोबल इनोवेशन इंडेक्स में 81वें रैंक पर थे। आज हमारी रैंक 40 है। इस वर्ष भारत में फाइल होने वाले पेटेंट की संख्या ज़्यादा रही, जिनमें करीब 60% डोमेस्टिक फर्म्स के थे। QS एशिया यूनिवर्सिटी रैंकिंग में इस बार सबसे अधिक संख्या में भारतीय यूनिवर्सिटी शामिल हुई है। अगर इन उपलब्धियों की लिस्ट बनाना शुरू करें तो ये कभी पूरी ही नहीं होगी। ये तो सिर्फ एक झलक है। भारत का सामर्थ्य कितना प्रभावी है।
PM Modi also said that we have to take new resolutions in the new year by taking inspiration from these successes of the country and the achievements of the countrymen.
Now, air quality in the national capital was recorded in severe category on Sunday. Toxic haze shrouded over the skies in New Delhi amid low temperatures and slow wind speed. Drone footage showed dense haze in the sky and traffic moving on smoggy roads amid poor visibility. Dense fog conditions are expected to prevail in many parts of India in the coming days. Parts of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh will experience dense fog till the 4th of January. Red alert has also been issued again for New Delhi, Haryana, Chandigarh and Punjab. Dense fog conditions are very likely to prevail for a few hours in the states of Odisha, Bihar, Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Tripura from the 31st of December till 2nd of January. Now, amid the excitement to bid goodbye to the year 2023 on Sunday, India's national capital, New Delhi's police issued an advisory to ease overcrowding on New Year's Eve. Now, according to the advisory that has been issued, exit from Rajiv Chowk metro station will not be allowed from 9 p.m. onwards on 31st of December according to Indian Standard Time. Entry of the passengers will also be allowed till the departure of the last train from the Rajiv Chowk metro station. Metro commuters are requested to plan their journey accordingly, and metro services on the rest of the metro network will remain available as per regular timetable. Delhi police on Saturday conducted vehicle security check in various areas ahead of New Year's celebrations. Security is heightened this time of the year with barricades put up in strategic areas. And to tell us more about this, we have with us DD India correspondent Akshay Dongre. Akshay, considering the New Year celebrations, we are just few hours away. How are the security arrangements put in place by Delhi police?
Well, Deepika, as far as the security aspect in the national capital in New Delhi is concerned, the Delhi police has made elaborate security arrangements. Now, across Delhi, all the CCTV cameras have already been fixed, the ones that were not working, and all of them are being monitored by the Delhi police. Any act of untoward incident is being monitored as well. The Delhi police has set up barricades. The Delhi police has been conducting security checks, has been conducting drills to ensure that on the eve of New Year's, when there is crowding at the places where the people will be celebrating New Year's, there is no problem and no inconvenience to the people who will be coming out. We have seen, especially here in New Delhi, massive celebration taking place. However, for the past few years, especially after COVID, the celebrations did not take place, and now since all of the COVID restrictions are almost gone, the people have started to come out in huge numbers to celebrate all of these days, especially at public places, and that is why increased number of people has also increased the challenges for the Delhi police, and that exactly is the reason why the Delhi police has conducted say vehicle checks. They have been monitoring the situations. They have been speaking to the owners of the popular establishments where people usually gather for the celebrations of New Year to ensure that no overcrowding takes place. Traffic advisories have been issued to ensure that there is no traffic hazard as far as the national capital is concerned. When people start to gather at places, there is enough parking facilities that has to be ensured by these establishments to make sure that everything goes smoothly. So all of that has been done by Delhi police, and in the adjoining areas as well, appropriate measures have been taken to ensure that the celebration goes smoothly. Deepika?
And Akshay, when we talk about such global events like New Year, responsible travelling also becomes important. It has been Delhi Police's message that don't drink and drive. But here, the responsibility of the people is also of utmost importance, not because only of the weather, but also of other responsibilities that one has to carry forward. Akshay.
Well, absolutely, it becomes a nuisance, in fact, and this has been this has not been a problem only for Delhi, but across the world, that in such grand celebrations there are some antisocial elements that have caused problem for the other people, and that is why there have been thorough checks going on at the traffic lights, on roads. There have been barricades set up. In fact, behind me are also barricades that have been set up by Delhi police. So thorough checking for people to ensure that people are not drinking and driving. That is being ensured by the Delhi police. Deployment of police has been done across the city, and especially at the areas where people usually gathers, including the south part of the national capital, the central Delhi, New Delhi areas where archaeological monuments where tourists usually gather. So all of those areas have been the security there has been strengthened, and police are taking all the measures that are required to ensure safety of the people and to prevent any kind of nuisance to take place. And especially with the weather advisories being issued by the IMD, the Indian Meteorological Department, that there can be thick fog. Travel advisories have also been issued by the Delhi police that people should avoid commuting if there is extremely thick layer of smog and fog, and especially traveling on highways can be avoided in those times. Deepika.
Indeed, Akshay, and DD India would also urge all its viewers and citizens of the country to travel responsibly and safely on New Year's Eve. Thank you so much, Akshay, for joining us here and bringing us all the latest details on the security arrangements. Now, preparations are in full swing for Winter Carnival and New Year celebrations in Himachal Pradesh's Manali as well. These are the visuals that you can see how Manali is taking up to celebrate New Year 2024. Manali is the hilly area, and people in large numbers flock towards Himachal Pradesh's most attractive tourism spot, which is Manali. These are the traditional traditional visuals that you can see on your screens on how Manali celebrate such grand level celebrations, and especially when it comes to New Year, Manali becomes the hot spot not only for the locals, not only for the people of India, but globally. Now, Tourists and residents thronged southern India's Puducherry ahead of New Year celebrations. Security has been heightened in the city as police conducted security checks in hotels and other areas to ensure safety. Every year, people from across the world gather and welcome the New Year in popular destinations. Now, locals and tourists in the national capital also share their resolutions for the new year.
I think there is some positive outlook around India, and India is growing very rapidly. So, looking forward to 2024, and I hope that it's a prosperous year for all of our citizens. And I wish you all a very happy New Year. Thank you so much.
My New Year resolutions are to work on myself, obviously, to be a better person, to help your neighbor, to spread love at home first, to forgive people. Forgiveness is very important. And yes, health is also very important. So I'm a gym-going person, and this New Year I strive to work even more harder at the gym because health is the wealth.
Health is indeed the wealth. Now, amid the preparations of New Year celebrations, thousands of tourists arrived in northeastern city Shillong, known as India's Scotland of the East. Residents and tourists gathered on the banks of the country's cleanest river to welcome New Year 2024.
We came here to the Shillong for the first time, to the northeast actually. So we wanted to have a quality time this new year. We don't believe in resolutions and stuff, but rather than making memories.
Yeah, we are enjoying because we can see the panoramic beauty and the scenic beauty. Even the lively and exotic beauty is really mesmerizing. So we are enjoying. So definitely next time we'll do visit again.
No New Year resolutions.
Not to keep any resolutions whole year.
Right now my New Year resolution is just to settle my career, as after my baby I stopped it.
I will be fitter from this year.
No resolution, just to stay fit for the whole year.
Shillong is geared up to welcome 2024. The whole city is decked up with different colors, the color of happiness, the color of hopes. Every place is crowded, whether they are malls, streets, people are exchanging good wishes, they are going to their friends, their relatives, they are throwing parties, they are attending concerts, they are making resolutions for their health, for their education, for their families, for their society, and most important thing is for humanity. With camera person Gaurav, this is Rama Tyagi for DD India from Shillong.
India's Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Anurag Singh Thakur, on Saturday launched the official Government of India calendar for the year 2024 in the national capital, New Delhi. The theme of the 2024 calendar is Hamara Sankalp Vikasit Parat. Each month of the calendar holds specific themes reflecting government's achievements and contribution to India's development in the past 10 years.
तारीखें बदलती गई, महीने बीतते गए, कैलेंडर पर साल नए चढ़ते गए, पर जो बदला नहीं वह सेवा का हमारा भाव, दागदार भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त सरकार का दावा, गरीब कल्याण की प्रतिज्ञा, विकसित भारत के निर्माण का संकल्प। तभी तो देश आज एक स्वर में बोलता है, भरोसा बरकरार, मोदी सरकार।
It's time to take a short break, but still to come on DD India News Hour. UN Security Council addresses civilian toll from Ukrainian and Russian strikes in an emergency meeting. Three-country coalition of prime ministers of Niger pledges to work together for a common future. And China's government criticizes Taiwan's vice president for his confrontational remarks on Taiwan's sovereignty.
We just don't bring you the news as it unfolds. We get to the heart of the matter.
We don't just present facts. We demystify complex social, political and economic events.
We break stories that shape the world's present and future because you deserve the truth.
I am Tanvi Taneja from New Delhi.
I'm Ollie Barrett from London.
I'm Nick Harper from Washington, D.C.
Join us on DD India Global Monday to Friday at these times.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India News Hour with me, Deepika. Well, the Indian Space Research Organisation is all set to launch another PSLV or Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. C-58X POSAT mission is scheduled to be launched from Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota on the 1st of January. The PSLV will launch X-POSAT satellite and 10 more payloads as well. ISRO says that this will boost India's first dedicated polarimetry mission to study the dynamics of bright astronomical X-ray sources in extreme conditions. 24 hours countdown has already begun for this. To discuss more on this, I am joined by DD India correspondent from Chennai, Ritesh Ranjan. Ritesh, another milestone for ISRO when we talk about its capabilities and when we talk about its agenda, especially on the first day of the new year itself. How are the preparations in place?
Well, preparations are already on place. The countdown has already started. And tomorrow in the Satish Dhawan Space Research Center, ISRO, 9:10 a.m. This PSLV C-68 is going to take, the launch is going to take place. And everything is ready here. And this is, the 60th workhorse rocket of India. And the first one, which is the scientific endeavor, which is actually, having which will study the polarization of rays, specifically X-rays, and there are many mysteries in the space which this satellite will actually explore after successfully establishing the orbit.
Is it also open for the students? Because this is what we've seen in the past, that whenever there is a launch from ISRO, it is also open for the students.
Yes, it is. And one important thing I will point it out here is, the LBS Institute of Technology, LBS Institute of Technology for Women, which is established in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, in the heart of the city. There is one payload which is made by these students. Some name is W Women Space Engineering. They have made this payload, and that is going to study there, and especially the students from there. What I have got information is that students from this institute is coming to take part in the launch. They have already started from Thiruvananthapuram.
That clearly shows, Ritesh, that how the government is focusing on women empowerment. As you say, that this particular department has created the payloads. This not only shows self-reliant India, but also focuses on women empowerment, isn't it, Ritesh?
It is. The payload part which I explained, that is from LBS Institute, that is actually showing the women empowerment. That how it has been, which is actually main prime focus for Prime Minister Narendra Modi also, and that is what is fulfilling here. Another thing is we are being Atmanirbhar. The first such kind of mission was launched by NASA in 2021, and now this is India which is doing that. For there are mysteries about black holes, neutron satellites, and then especially about the black this X-rays in extreme condition. So all these things would be there.
And also, Ritesh, when we talk about the particular benefits of this particular launch, what are these?
Well, a particular benefit is that what I mentioned, that the mystery about black holes. it's still, when we talk about black holes, it's still a mystery. And then polarization, the research on polarization of X-rays in extreme conditions, all these things, and especially there is like 50 bright objects of space, which would be studied by this, when a satellite is going on its orbit.
And somewhere, Ritesh, this will also boost the space economy for India and invite more investments.
Indeed. That's what earlier I was fortunate to cover one ISRO launch, which was C-55. That was a commercial vehicle. And mostly Singapore company and Singapore Space Research Center were involved with this. Their satellite was sent to space with the help of ISRO. These things are showing off, that we are strengthening our power in, in Space and Research Center. And you see recently, within the time of 6 months, there is a big launch. We have seen Chandrayaan successfully, we have launched the Chandrayaan, and then Aditya L1.
Indeed, Ritesh, we are making strides at a very good pace. Thank you so much for joining us right now and telling us all the important details about the upcoming launch that is scheduled to take place on the 1st of January itself. We are moving for a short break right now, but still to come on DD India News Hour. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar presented the first copy of his book, Why Bharat Matters, to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In yet another milestone, more than 290 million Aayushman cards created under Aayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana so far.
As we ready to ring in the new year, 2023 will go down in history as having signaled to the world a more confident, a more assertive India that seeks to leverage its growing clout to push for a more inclusive, a more even world order. We take a look at India's journey in 2023 as it took center stage on the global rostrum.
Watch India at the global center stage at these times, only on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India News Hour with me, Deepika. Let's quickly recap the top headlines of the hour. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi shares his thoughts on 108th episode of Man Ki Baat, talks about Viksit Bharat, mental health and self-reliance. World all set to bid adieu to 2023. Celebrations continue across the world to welcome 2024. An Indian Grandmaster D Gukesh secures spot in prestigious candidates tournament, joins Vidit Gujarati and R. Pragnananda among 3 Indians to make it to the 8-man tournament. Israeli army has released a video footage showing troops searching a school in Al-Bureij in central Gaza and hitting Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. Israeli army carried out ground operations to eliminate tunnels operated by Hamas. Both the sides have exchanged regular cross-border fire since the start of the conflict. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Saturday that the border zone between Gaza and Egypt should be under Israel's control, as he predicted the conflict in Palestinian enclave and on other regional fronts that would last many more months.
או יותר נכון, הסוגר הדרומי חייב להיות בידינו, חייב להיות סגור.
The Philadelphia corridor, or to put it more correctly, the southern stoppage point must be in our hands. It must be shut. It's clear that any other arrangement would not ensure the demilitarization that we see. The war is at its height. We are fighting on all of the fronts. We have huge success. but we also have a painful cases.
דורשת עוד זמן. כפי שאמר השבוע הרמטכ"ל,
Now, Russia has accused Ukraine of deadly airstrikes on Russian provincial capital of Belgorod on Saturday. Russia said 20 people, including 2 children, had been killed and 111 injured in indiscriminate strikes and vowed to retaliate. Taking to a social media post, regional governor urged all residents to move to air raid shelter as sirens sounded around the city. The Belgorod region had suffered shelling and drone attacks all the year that the authorities have blamed on Ukraine. An urgent meeting of the UNSC in New York was also held on Saturday at Russia's request. And now let's take you live across to New Zealand, that is all set to welcome the year 2024 with fireworks at display. You can see the countdown on your screens and it's a new year, a very happy new year to all the people of New Zealand. New Zealand becomes the first, as per the time of the globe, the first country to celebrate New Year. Now 2023 has been really amazing for New Zealand over here. If we quickly take you through a recap of how 2023 has been for New Zealand, that the Transparency International that ranked New Zealand, which is second equal for being relatively corruption-free. Not only this, in the Global Peace Index, New Zealand dropped 2 places and now becomes the 4th best for safety and security, low domestic and international conflict and degree of militarization as well. This has been the year 2023 for New Zealand. You can see the visuals on your screen on how the bridge is being lit up in beautiful colors and camaraderie of joy, happiness, peace and prosperity is dancing on the bridges of New Zealand that is welcoming the year 2024. These are the visuals from Auckland Sky Tower and the Harbour Bridge of New Zealand that you can see on your screens. People have already flocked in large numbers to see the fireworks at display there in New Zealand, as it has already welcomed the year 2024. The year 2023 has been progressive for New Zealand, but new challenges, diplomatic challenges, climate challenges and other challenges await a prosperous and fruitful year for New Zealand particularly. At COP28, we saw how New Zealand performed, but there are greater challenges for the country, and not only for this country, but for other parts of the world as well, because they have to fight climate change, they have to fight poverty, they have to eradicate terrorism. These are some of the global challenges that every country has to face in the coming year as well, and fight it out with bravery as they fought COVID-19 pandemic. So these are the amazing visuals that you can see live from New Zealand, which is celebrating the New Year 2024. There's a very interesting report that says that New Zealanders are about as happy as they were last year, and they are still the 10th most cheery nation. This is as per the World Happiness Report. So the first visuals, those are coming to you from New Zealand only, which is celebrating the year 2024 right now. It is 12:05 in New Zealand, already the 1st of January 2024. The next country that would be celebrating New Year would be Australia. That would happen around 6 p.m. according to Indian Standard Time. But the New Year celebrations, they have already begun. We showed you reports of how New Delhi, the national capital of India, is also preparing for the mega event. We are just few hours away from New Year. These are the live visuals of New Zealand, which is already celebrating New Year. It's 12:05 there in New Zealand right now. And these are the visuals of Harbour Bridge and Sky Tower of New Zealand. The Auckland Sky Tower, which is being lit up in beautiful colors, celebrating the first day, the first hour of the year 2024 there in New Zealand. New Zealand has done progressively well in all fronts, be it economic, be it climate, or be it terrorism. They have showcased a lot good numbers, but the year 2024 brings more challenges, brings more tasks for the new government, and the year ahead will decide the course for how the New Zealanders are going to spend their entire 2024 and going to showcase themselves at the global stage. A very happy New Year to New Zealanders, and now it's time to take a look at New Year's preparations around the world. The Times Square New Year's Eve ball was tested on Saturday before the famous countdown to welcome 2024. New Year's Eve ball, covered in crystal triangles, is 12 feet in diameter and weighs 11,875 pounds. The event will feature live performances by Flo Rida, Paul Anka, Megan Stallion, LL Cool J, among others. Brazil city Rio de Janeiro is ready for a firework display that will be the centerpiece of one of the world's biggest New Year's Eve parties to welcome the year 2024. Some 2 million people are expected to gather on the Copacabana beach on 31st of December. China State Media, China Media Group, will air its New Year Gala in China on Sunday to usher in 2024. The gala, themed Set Sail 2024, will be a visual feast featuring a variety of performances. With the new year on horizon, many residents in Israel's coastal city of Tel Aviv have shared the same desire for an end to the conflict, expressing their hopes for a forthcoming year brimming with lasting peace, harmony and unity in their country. Residents of the city took a heartfelt moment to reflect on the events and their feelings surrounding the year of 2023. With a deep yearning for tranquility, they shared their aspirations for a more peaceful 2024, hoping for positive changes that would bring about a brighter future in their own lives and their country.
(2023) was nice until the war, and then it broke everything. I mean, it really crushed our heart. My wish is that the war will be ended, that my kids will be happy, that my grandkids will be smiling, and that I'll be healthy and, make a nice living.
It's not so much happy times this year, but still we're trying to keep the day-to-day for the little children as is. So I wish for the whole world a year of love, a new year of maybe peace, hopefully, world peace and unity. We are all for the good, and we want the world to be shining bright, full of happiness and love for all.
I just finished high school, and I start a new way with myself. I wish it will be good in my country. Everybody found peace, and I found peace with myself.
I hope my family will be healthy and safe. And yes, I have 3 daughters and a husband, and we're all hoping for better days. I hope we will feel safe here, and we will not fight with the neighbors and have peace.
Residents in Syria remained hopeful for a new year filled with blessings and peace despite suffering a turbulent year. Some residents in Damascus have been holding holiday celebrations and reflecting on hope for the year to come. Moving on, the 3-country coalition of Prime Ministers of Niger pledged to work together for a common future in an alliance that marks a sharp break from 3 countries' coups since their formation as juntas. The Premier spoke in front of thousands of people who had gathered to celebrate complete withdrawal of French forces from Niger. The 3 countries have declared their independence from both France and Economic Community of West African States, or ECOWAS, and have joined forces to form a new union known as the Alliance of the Sahel States. India achieved great feats in the year 2023 under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Some of the exclusive photos of Prime Minister Narendra Modi includes Prime Minister Modi hugging ISRO Chairman S. Somnath post the successful landing of Chandrayaan-3. Also, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosting US President Joe Biden in New Delhi and sharing the taste of Indian culture with Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Another one speaks about Prime Minister Narendra Modi installing the sacred Sengol into the new Parliament building. Well, Prime Minister Modi also represented India at the G20 Leaders Summit in New Delhi. Not only this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also took a sortie on the Tejas aircraft at HAL in Bengaluru. He also attended the Bastille Day celebrations in France with French President Emmanuel Macron. Another picture that speaks about Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his year for the country when he consoled Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli after the World Cup finals loss. And Prime Minister Modi praying at the Parvati Kund in Uttarakhand. So these are some of the visuals that takes us back to the year 2023 and how it has been in different forms and colors for India. These are some of the visuals that really recaps the memory of 2023 for Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his contribution towards the country. Moving on, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar presented the first copy of his book, Why Bharat Matters, to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Saturday. In a post on social media platform called X, Dr. S. Jaishankar shared about his meeting with the Prime Minister, saying, and I quote his tweet over here, "Honored to present the first copy of my book, Why Bharat Matters, to Prime Minister Narendra Modi this evening. Earlier, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said that the English edition of his new book, Why Bharat Matters, would be out in early 2024. Now, the meeting with the Prime Minister comes after External Affairs Minister completed his visit to Russia from the 25th till the 29th of December as part of the ongoing high-level exchanges between the two sides. The Aayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana has now crossed another milestone. More than 290 million Aayushman cards have been created under Aayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana so far. Now, this was informed by India's Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya on his social media platform X. Till now, more than 60 million people have got free treatment through Aayushman Bharat card. Aayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana is the largest publicly funded health insurance scheme in the world that provides health cover of 500,000 rupees per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. India's central and state government of Northeastern State of Assam recently signed the long elusive tripartite peace accord. Assam's Directorate General of Police said that this will bring peace in the state that will result in further development.
इस पीस अकॉर्ड से आसाम में और नॉर्थ ईस्ट में एक नई धारा विकास की और उन्नति की आएगी। जैसा कि आपको ज्ञात होगा 2019-20 में आसाम का जो ग्रॉस स्टेट जीएसडीपी था वो लगभग 3046 करोड़ का था। इस बार प्रोजेक्शन है कि वो लगभग 6,24,000 करोड़ का होगा, जो कि लगभग दुगना है। इसी प्रकार से आसाम में जो पर्यटक आते हैं वो 22-23 में लगभग 1 करोड़ पर्यटक आसाम में आए, जो कि पिछले हाईएस्ट से लगभग दुगना है। तो इससे ये निष्कर्ष निकलता है कि जब शांति आती है तो शांति के साथ साथ विकास भी आता है।
Now, India's Defence Minister Rajat Singh attended the 21st convocation of Tpur University in Assam on Sunday. Addressing the occasion, the minister lauded the Indian state of Assam for its substantial contributions across a spectrum of domains.
असम ने राष्ट्र को ऐसे ऐसे आइकन्स दिए हैं जिन्होंने आर्ट, वेलर, लिटरेचर, रिलीजन, पॉलिटिक्स यानी सभी क्षेत्रों में अपना परचम लहराया है। साथियों, मैं खुद भी एक टीचर रह चुका हूं, इसलिए मुझे शिक्षक और छात्रों के बीच रिलेशंस के सिर्फ बाहर से ही नहीं बल्कि एकेडमिक वर्ल्ड के अंदर भी एक्सपीरियंस करने का अवसर मिला है। एक टीचर के तौर पर मैं यूथ को जहां तक समझ पाया हूं, उसे मैं सिर्फ इस बात से एक्सप्रेस करना चाहूंगा, स्टूडेंट्स के अंदर टीचर से ज्यादा नयापन होता है।
The last few weeks have witnessed increased maritime security incidents on merchant vessels transiting through international shipping lanes in Red Sea, Gulf of Aden and Arabian Sea. In response to these incidents, Indian Navy has substantially enhanced maritime surveillance efforts in Central and North Arabian Sea. The task groups comprising destroyers and frigates have been deployed to undertake maritime security operations and render assistance to merchant vessels in case of any incident. Aerial surveillance by long-range maritime patrol aircraft and RPAs have also been enhanced to have a complete maritime domain awareness. Towards the effective surveillance of exclusive economic zone, Indian Navy is operating in close coordination with the Coast Guard. The Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra program organized by the Government of India is continuing in the city of Anantapur in the southern Indian state of Andhra Pradesh. It aims to provide central government schemes to everyone in the country. On this occasion, the locals were informed about the various schemes and their application process via a short film. The governor of the Northeastern State of India, Arunachal Pradesh, visited the border post of Pangsaw Pass along the Indo-Myanmar border and interacted with the security forces posted there. He also administered the Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra pledge to the people and exhorted them to actively participate and contribute towards Viksit Bharat vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Staying on with updates on Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, the Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra has now reached the district of Bundi in the northern Indian state of Rajasthan. The Speaker of India's lower house of the Parliament, Om Birla, also participated in the event. The Yatra was welcomed with tremendous enthusiasm and active participation from local communities. And now in the India News Hour, let's take a look at other stories making news across India. A ceremonial parade was held at the naval base in southern Indian city of Kochi for the superannuation of Vice Admiral M.A. Hamipoli. Vice Admiral V. Srinivas takes charge as the new flag officer, Commander-in-Chief of Southern Naval Command. The inaugural edition of the joint military exercise Desert Cyclone between India and the UAE will be conducted from the 2nd to the 15th of January in the western Indian state of Rajasthan. The exercise aims to enhance interoperability by learning and sharing best practices in urban operations. The 13th National Street Food Festival is being held at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in the national capital. It concludes today. The 3-day food festival features over 500 cuisines from 27 states and union territories. It's been organized by the National Association of Street Vendors of India. And now some beautiful visuals of the last sunrise of the year 2023 from various parts of India as the country now gears up to welcome the new year, 2024. We are moving for a short break, but still to come on DD India News Hour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi discusses historic achievements of Indian athletes, praises Indian players for winning hearts with their performances at the 108th episode of Man Ki Baat. Defending champions Manchester City ends a stellar year on a high note, defeating battling Sheffield United side by 2-0 on Saturday.
Has gone through a paradigm shift in 2023. Large-scale projects have changed its infrastructural landscape. A network of zipping trains connect remote regions. Architects and engineers have built mammoth structures. Swanky, gleaming airports dot the nation. Waterways connect towns and ports, boosting business. Multimodal projects and SEZs bolster the economy, giving a tangible shape to the country's aspirations of becoming a global economic hub. Watch an exclusive roundup New India's infrastructure push in 2023 only on DD India.
Welcome back after that short break. You're watching DD India News Hour with me, Deepika, and now it's time to get you all the latest sporting action. Now, in the episode of Man Ki Baat of 2023, the last episode, Prime Minister Narendra Modi discussed historic achievements of Indian athletes. He praised Indian players for winning hearts with their performances and also extended best wishes for the upcoming 2024 Paris Olympics. He also emphasized on the need for fitness in everyday life and stated that youth would benefit the most from India's development when they are physically fit.
The year 2023 was memorable for India in sports. Indian athletes showcased their best performances so far in the Asian Games and Para-Asian Games, surpassing 100 medals in both competitions for the first time. The young women's cricket team made history. Prime Minister Narendra Modi acknowledged the historic achievements and wished the athletes success in the upcoming Paris Olympics.
इस साल स्पोर्ट्स में भी हमारे एथलीटों ने जबरदस्त प्रदर्शन किया। एशियन गेम्स में हमारे खिलाड़ियों ने 107 और एशियन पैरा गेम्स में 111 मेडल जीते। क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप में भारतीय खिलाड़ियों ने अपने प्रदर्शन से सबका दिल जीत लिया। अंडर 19 T20 वर्ल्ड कप में हमारी महिला क्रिकेट टीम की जीत बहुत प्रेरित करने वाली है। कई खेलों में खिलाड़ियों की उपलब्धियों ने देश का नाम बढ़ाया। अब 2024 में पेरिस ओलंपिक का आयोजन होगा, जिसके लिए पूरा देश अपने खिलाड़ियों का हौसला बढ़ा रहा है.
PM Modi also emphasized the importance of fitness in everyday life, stating that the youth would benefit the most as India develops. He highlighted that the youth would gain even more from this development when they maintain good fitness levels.
आजकल हम देखते हैं कि लाइफस्टाइल रिलेटेड डिसीज के बारे में कितनी बातें होती हैं. यह हम सभी के लिए, खासकर युवाओं के लिए ज्यादा चिंता की बात है. इस मन की बात के लिए मैंने आप सभी से फिट इंडिया से जुड़े इनपुट भेजने का आग्रह किया था. आप लोगों ने जो रिस्पांस दिया उसने मुझे उत्साह से भर दिया है.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi initiated the Fit India movement on August 29, 2019, coinciding with the celebration of Sports Day. The movement aims to promote physical activity in the lives of citizens, particularly students. Bureau Report, DD India.
On to chess now. 3 Indians, D Gukesh, R Pragnananda and Vidit Gujarati, will compete in 8-man candidates tournament. India's Gukesh T secured his spot after Anish Giri failed to finish at the top of the standings in FIDE World Blitz tournament at Samarkand in Uzbekistan. Gukesh's qualification means that for the first time in the history, 3 Indians, Pragnananda and Vidit being the other 2, will compete in the round-robin tournament. The winner of the candidates gets the chance to take on China's Ting Liren in the next World Chess Championship. The prestigious candidate tournament will take place in Toronto from the 2nd till the 25th of April in the upcoming year. In English Premier League, defending champions Manchester City ended a stellar year on a high note by defeating battling Sheffield United by 2-0 on Saturday. Rodri gave City an early breakthrough when he latched on to Phil Foden's near pass and fired into the bottom corner of the net from the edge of the area. The Blades' packed defence meant City had to wait to add a second, but Foden was the provider again when it arrived midway through the second half with his low cross dispatched by Julian Alvarez. This victory leaves Manchester City perfectly positioned in the little race, just 2 points off Liverpool. Now that's all for this edition of TD India News Hour, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram. We will be back with more news as it breaks here on TD India. I am Deepika Mehta, and from all of us here in New Delhi, thanks for watching TD India News Hour. Have a safe and happy New Year. Thank you.